What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about the SEC versus XRP situation. The XRP lawyers have come out fighting, as you would expect. They continue to do so. However, Gensler has recently come out and said, look, SEC treats crypto no differently. And even Forbes has picked up on this and almost mocked the statement. So guys, if you're concerned about the overall situation in crypto right now, this SEC lawsuit has big ramifications. So pay attention to what I'm talking about, because SEC are corrupt. You've got to look at it. We've got to look at it objectively. And let's see if they are. Maybe they're not. But they are. Before I get into that, I update the spreadsheet. Now, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on the channel. Had you invested $100 into each of these coins and we're still holding them, you'd be in profit for around 10K, 9.8K. If, however, you just sold those cryptos if you'd bought them when I released the videos, if you'd have sold them in the last bull cycle, you'd have been in profit for 123K from a $2,600 investment. It's the difference between a bull cycle and a bear cycle, folks. We're obviously in a bear cycle. I'm buying up. I've built nice positions. I've added a couple positions over the last month and a half. I'm looking at adding some brand new ones as well down the line. Coins I think can do 40x, 50x, 100x. So if you want to know what those coins are, like I said with Phantom, where I charged $20 for a Udemy course for a coin that ended up doing a 677x. So when I find the next Phantom, I'm going to be sharing them with a couple of my crypto members. So if you want to know what it is, go to the site. If it resonates with you, fantastic. I look forward to seeing you there. Everything's verifiable because it's all bloody YouTube video, so you can just go through the timeline on my YouTube channel and you can see it. But I hope to see you all there. Right. Ripple. So Ripple came out and said, look, SEC shakedown leaves consumers holding the bags. And that's bang on. So Ripple's general counsel, Stu Alderoty, has hit back at a recent opinion piece by Gary Gensler, arguing that the regulators' crypto market shakedowns aren't protecting customers. So the Wall Street Journal did an opinion piece titled "The SEC Wants to Be America's Crypto Cop." Alderoty claimed the SEC is pushing aside his fellow regulators instead of concentrating on providing regulatory clarity for crypto. He gave an example of the recent shakedown of BlockFi by the SEC, which led to the company ending up on the auction blocks and two other similar companies going belly up. Consumers weren't protected. They were left holding the bag. And this came out after Gary Gensler's article where he said the SEC treats crypto like the rest of the capital markets, which was also published on WSJ, Wall Street Journal, as defended the regulators' crackdown on the crypto industry. The Ripple Council, however, argues that the SEC hasn't provided sufficient clarity over crypto regulation and instead declares itself as the cop on the beat. You know, the one that's beating the citizens. The lawyer also claims the chairman is pushing aside his fellow regulators and front-running President Biden's executive order, which asks regulators to collaborate on crypto regulation. Collaborate, not, regulate by enforcement, which is what we've seen. The executive order that Alderoty was referring to is the Ensuring Responsible Development on Digital Assets, which was signed on March 9th, to ensure that the SEC and the CFTC coordinate and collaborate on establishing a framework. Alderoty claims the SEC has neither abided by the executive order nor provided any regulatory clarity for crypto, and is instead protecting its turf at the expense of more than 40 million Americans that are actually currently in the crypto economy. So what did Gensler actually say? So Gensler says that crypto is treated just like the market. So by law, regulatory agents should only regulate that which they have authority to regulate. Deference is allowed to some degree, should the agency's justification be reasonable and ideally evidenced. The SEC website does not include any entry for regulation for crypto, either completed or proposed, which was the whole bloody point of the executive order in March. In May 2022, the SEC beefed up its cyber unit to the crypto assets and cyber unit, budgeted for 50 dedicated officers and more than doubling the department's headcount. The unit counts some 200 lawsuits, 200, since its founding in 2017, with fraud being the subject for 80 investigations. The agency also reports restoration of $2 billion in monetary relief. Now, no one denies that crypto assets, like any asset or technology, can be used fraudulently. The very features that make crypto assets desirable can be exploited. It doesn't help that some have distinguished crypto scams as disguised crypto scams as legitimate services. Saucy springs to mind at this point, but BitConnect is a better example. And it's true that at least $1 billion has been lost in crypto fraud since 2021. However, this pales in comparison to more than $15 billion that was lost overnight by investors when the SEC brought a $1.3 billion non-fraud lawsuit against Ripple Labs. The SEC's broad brush approach, which a priori singles out all crypto offerings, exchanges, etc., and stablecoins, looks like guilty until proven innocent. So many lawsuits suggest that the SEC prefers regulation by enforcement rather than regulation by rules, of which we have no rules. There's no clarity. If the SEC can devote 50 amongst 4,000 employees to detect crypto fraud, a handful could work on rulemaking to help legitimate crypto actors. And we have legitimately not seen any regulation, any clarity on regulation, not even a proposal for regulation since March. And this executive order came in March. So just to put that into context, March is nearly 6 months ago. Do your jobs, guys. In a recent op-ed titled "The SEC Treats Crypto Like the Rest of the Capital Markets," Gary Gensler made a seemingly reasonable pitch for investor protection against fraud and claimed that the SEC rules protect against this. Instead, he claimed that crypto lending is already subject to SEC regulation and that rules have been around for decades. However, a cursory search will show that crypto lending only yields results related to the SEC's BlockFi enforcement, but there are no rules. The chairman advises, I encourage platforms offering crypto lending to come in and talk to the SEC staff. What is www.sec.gov for, if not to read rules? Gary Gensler has observed that every digital asset is probably a security and that every firm should know that. However, this is not what the SEC has said in the past. William Hinman's speech, I've spoken about that on the channel a number of times. There's principled ongoing debate in legal and academic communities that crypto assets could either be currency or security or both. This important distinction is not explicit on sec.gov, and the SEC acknowledges that both categories exist. So the question of currency or security is at the heart of the SEC versus Ripple situation. And the judge in that case has repeatedly ordered the internal documents of the 2018 speech to be produced to Ripple in discovery, and the SEC has continued to refuse to comply. What we're going to see from here is very much a case of who knows, because Gensler continues to behave in a way that is not transparent, that is not respectable. And the fact that you've even got Forbes, who are continuously anti-crypto and have been for a very long time, highlighting that Gary Gensler and the SEC are not behaving in a transparent or reasonable fashion, shows what everyone knows. And we will see what happens with Ripple and this lawsuit, but time will tell. But guys, tell me, what do you think? What do you think? Because I don't know. I'm quite surprised to see Forbes. Yeah, look at that. Surprised to see Forbes taking the piss. If you're American, taking the piss means taking the mick, or I don't know. That's probably still an idiom, right? Making fun of the facts of the matter, which are, they've filed 200 lawsuits against cryptos. There's no clarity of regulation. There's nothing on their sites. So the SEC are leaving users. They are leaving investors holding the bag. I don't know. It's just an interesting one. I did find it interesting. I fundamentally, I think it's a corrupt organization that are putting their own interests at heart, which is we want more power and we'll do it in whatever way we see fit. Does anyone have a differing view, or is your view the same? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you know when new content is coming out. And guys, we're in a bear cycle. Bear cycle is by far the best time to invest. If you guys want to see the coins I'm buying up in this bear cycle, the ones I think can do the 40x's, the 50, the 100, come check out Copy My Crypto. The link's in the description. It's where I share everything I'm doing. Every coin I buy, every coin I sell. Obviously, in a bear cycle, I'm buying. I've been building positions. I'm looking to strengthen those positions, add to them, as well as add in some new cryptos as well, ones I think can have massive gains. Like I said with Phantom, where I said it would 100x, and it did 677. And when I find the next Phantom, I'll be sharing that with the members. So if you want to be a part of it, just click the link in the description and check it out. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.